salutations, and welcome to the Rant Squad. I am the Water Dog. This is
Clint Jordan.
This is
Brendan Menard.
and we are going to give you our standouts. That's right. We're going to tell you which fantasy players should be in your fantasy lineup, who's going to be the man for you. And so let's look at our standings right now for our little standout prediction list. Once again, Brendan is dominating us with 26 points. Clint's at 19, and I'm at 18. I've moved up on Clint a little bit there. I had 3 points. Brendan picked him up 3 points, and Clint got 1 point off the Deebo Samuel pick. So there you go.
Pretty
you go,
sad.
you go. Yeah, well, the big thing was, what was that? Jake Ferguson minus 0.6 points.
Yeah, that was rough.
So let's see how we do this week, brother. We're going to get started with the IDP, and Brendan, you are first.
All right, so with IDP this week, I'm trying to really change it up and not just always go linebacker or the top defensive. I'm going with Kirby Joseph. With Detroit, they're playing Jacksonville. And so I don't know what quarterback's going to play. But I do know if it was Mac Jones, there would be some interceptions thrown. And so I just kind of have a gut feeling he's been a pretty consistent defensive back. And so I'm just going to go defensive back-to-back weeks.
Okay. All righty. Clint, who you got?
I like Fred Warner versus Seattle. I think in the last game, Seattle couldn't get the running game going very well. I think they're going to try again. We'll see if they have DK. If they don't have DK, they've been a very across the middle, not too deep kind of team. So I think this is a good opportunity for Fred Warner to get back on track and have one of them big Fred Warner type games.
Well, I'm going to stay on my anti-Aaron Rodgers train. I took Butta Baker last week because they were playing against Aaron Rodgers, and he got me 16.5 points. And I'm going to take Nick Cross. That's right, Nick Cross for the Colts because they're playing the Jets. And so I think, once again, that's going to be another big high double digit for Cross. So let's do it. Tied in. Brendan, tied in.
With that pick, I hope you go 2 out of 5 with the best players. I'll lose that one too. With this one, I think it's a really big game. And I'm going to go with Travis Kelce versus Buffalo because this is a big game and this is where he shines. As that safety blanket, when you think Mahomes is about to get sacked or he's scrambling for his life, this is the 5 to 7 yards. Or this is the 15 yards. This is the slide out of the back of the end zone, catch a touchdown. This is his game. And if Kansas City's going to win it, he's going to score local.
He's been playing better the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And they've been getting him open, and he got him a touchdown this past week. So, yeah. Who you got, Clint?
I got David Njoku versus the Saints. Browns are coming off a bye. I think Njoku is their best offensive weapon. I think Jameis is going to be taught and told, hey, we need to get this ball in Njoku's hand. I think they're going to draw things up to get him involved. And Njoku, last year, over the back half, he was one of the best tight ends in the league. I think it's a similar situation here. I think Kevin's fantasy defense is designed for a tight end to do really well, and I think Njoku will get it done against a bad defense in the Saints.
Well, once again, I'm on board with Mr. Brendan. I agree. It's going to be a Travis Kelce game. I think that this is going to be 10 catches, a touchdown, and it's going to be one of those type of games because in these games, this is where he shows up. And so, yeah, I've got to go Travis Kelce myself. Let's go to the running backs. Brendan?
Not only am I picking this player for my hatred for the New York Jets, but I'm also picking it because I think it's the best thing for the Colts. I'm taking Jonathan Taylor. My reason for taking him is when we watched the game against Buffalo, Flacco threw some interceptions. And Jonathan Taylor looked like he was running the ball extremely well. And so I think if the Colts just take a step back and look at what worked and what didn't work, we're going up against a better defense in the Jets. Maybe not a better offense, but a good defense in the New York Jets. And I think they're going to get that running game going really early. I think we get some goal line carries for Jonathan Taylor. So I think he's going to be the one run back this week.
All right. Clint?
Y'all, what's one of the best ways to beat a quarterback? There's a couple of them, but there's one particular.
Best ways to beat a quarterback?
Get the ball out of their hands.
Well,
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's the best way.
It's the best way, and I think Philly is going to do that by running the ball. I think this is going to be a Saquon game. It's been a couple since he's had that big game. I think they're going to be laser focused. It's a short week. I do not think Jalen Hurts is going to be a great player. I'm playing Brendan this week in our league. The winner will have the #1 seed. I'm considering benching Jalen Hurts to go play Jordan Love. I haven't got there yet just because the Commanders' defense has been very susceptible to point scoring. But I think this is one of those games where Vic Fangio maybe and Nick Sirianni, they take a step back. How do we stop him? Let's not give him the ball.
Yeah.
And so I think this could be a Saquon 30-plus carry game. Let's just run it down their throat.
It would be the smartest thing for them to do, but they got to show me that they'll do that.
Alrighty. I'm going to take Alvin Kamara. They're coming off the big win. They're going to be at home against the Browns. And I just think that maybe they keep the juice going. So I'm going to go with Alvin Kamara. I think that's probably, he had, when we talked about it, he missed that big 60.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
I think when you get a player of his caliber after a play like that, they want to redeem themselves. And so this could be some redemption running coming up here against the Browns at home. So I'm going to go Alvin Kamara. Wide receiver, Brendan.
The funniest part is we don't see each other's picks before we get here. Right. We almost picked the same wide receiver. The only reason I didn't is I know he's injured. We'll get into that here. But I'm going A.J. Brown versus Washington.
How do you think? The opposite.
I think the Commanders are going to win this game. I picked them in our previous video. But I'm going to go with A.J. Brown fantasy-wise because I think he will get a deep touchdown. I think he can get some catches. I think he's generally going to be, 5 to 6 catches. Probably about 8 targets in this offense, but he's going to get a touchdown. He's going to get a deep ball. They always seem to do that. They always get a kickoff return. They run Saquon, and then A.J. Brown's open for like a 60-yard, and that's his whole game right there. But that's what he's going to do. And so give me A.J. Brown in this game. They're going to need him to show up to a shootout with Washington.
Alrighty. Clint?
It sounds like we all almost had the same wide receiver because I was on the same boat, and then I saw the report tonight, and it just it gave me away because we haven't seen the Monday night game obviously yet, so I don't know how to feel about him, and we're picking a week ahead. So I decided to look elsewhere, and I thought, my bad pick of the week was Sam Darnold. That's why this week I think Justin Jefferson's going to say something. He's gone a couple weeks without a touchdown now. I think the Titans are a bad team. They're a good defense, but they're a bad team. But I think Justin Jefferson, he's going to be able to find them holes, and I think he's ready to have him. He's had, this year I feel like he's had some good. He hadn't had that 35, that 192 touchdown. He hasn't had that big game this year, and I think he might do it this year.
You were talking about the Titans being a bad team, but it's amazing to me how this is how good the NFL is. You've got teams that are bad, but they're still losing within a score.
Yep.
How many games have the Titans lost within a score? How many games have the Raiders lost within a score? How many games have the Giants lost within a score? You know what I'm saying? The Giants lost again by 3 points. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing. That's
the margin of error.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying. That's the difference between winning teams and losing teams, man. Is that some teams just know how to do the fourth quarter, and some teams don't. And that's really what's been the difference. Y'all have been talking about Tyreek Hill because they see my pick as I put my pick out there right immediately. I'm a brave man that way. Little Tyreek Hill.
Look, hey, this was written at 11 o'clock today, and I had originally put him, but I decided to change.
But Tyreek Hill, and the reason for this for me is because he hadn't had that game yet. And right now, I think that it's time for him to have that game. They're going to get Las Vegas at home. Okay? Tua's been back now for a few weeks. We're going to see how they do on the Monday night game. But I just think he's due for a big game. We've not seen Tyreek Hill showing yet, and I think it's due. And so I think that's what we were all thinking.
Yeah,
I was so close to picking him because I know how bad the Raiders are.
No, I'm
secondary.
I agree. I think it's due. It was just we've only seen one game with Tua. I think if I had been able to see tonight, I might have been more confident. But for right now, since we're a week ahead, I got to roll with it.
We just don't know the injury. I think that's what stopped me because if he's healthy somewhat, he'll torch the secondary of the Raiders. I ain't gonna lie to you there. But we just don't know.
Alrighty. Let's do it. Quarterback, Brendan.
I'm sitting here and I wrote down C.J. Stroud versus Dallas. I'm calling all of them. Give me Jaden Daniels versus Philly.
Oh, wow.
be the #1 quarterback.
You know, when he has a crush for a team,
Hey, look, the Raiders.
he
You know,
crushes.
he crushes. I've been waiting for the Jaden Daniels jersey
I
to
know,
pop up on the show.
It's in the
He's
mail.
in the mail.
Hey, at the end of the year, I'll burn an Aaron Rodgers jersey in the parking lot. I promise you. I think I'm confident.
JTSS. Commanders.
I'm confident in the Commanders, and I think if they do win this game, he has to win this game. So give me Jaden Daniels.
All right.
Quarterback.
Clint, who you got?
Josh Allen. It's the regular season, man. That means Josh Allen's going to play. He's going to play well, and I think he's going to win it all. But I like your pick, Kelly.
I'm going Jared Goff. They're playing the worst passing defense in the league with Jacksonville. They're going to get them at home, and they're coming off a sloppy game. You come off a sloppy game like that, when you get these veteran quarterbacks, they usually bounce back pretty strong after a sloppy game. And they're going to be at home. They're going to be incentivized to play very, very well in top heat. And so I'm going to take Jared Goff.
Do you think Campbell would call the dogs off though? Because I don't think that they're going to be as bad as Minnesota was against Jacksonville. But if they're up 4 touchdowns, do you think at that point, because they could very well be up 4 touchdowns, I think, in the first half.
But I could also see them just running the ball.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. You get 3 touchdown passes in the first quarter.
I don't think he will.
But I'm just simply saying.
Also running.
Well, I'm just simply saying, if you get 3 touchdown passes and you still
I
get
think
200
this is going to be a
yards,
David Montgomery.
Because, see, I almost picked Goff. When I was just looking at the matchups, that's an easy one. You know, he's coming off, 5 interceptions? Game against Houston. So, yeah, he's going to torch it. I was like, I just run it and just bully ball
I think that's what's
Jacksonville out.
I don't think so. I think you've got to realize that Campbell is an offensive player. He was a tight end. He understands the mindset of the quarterback. He knows that the quarterback needs to feel good again. They're going to throw.
They won. He feels plenty good.
They're going to throw the football.
I'm about to open up a can of kneecap soup.
Folks, that's all we got time for, brother. In the Rant Squad, I'm the Water Dog. This is.
But Jordan.
This is.
Bernard.
Get out of here.